Live
from the Mirable Studios in Royal Berkshire.
This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Good morning. It's the end of another week. Friday, the 17th of July, 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, boys and girls, with no cold air coming out of my machine. Why is that? Oh, I can't hear any cold air coming out. Just a moment, dears. We must be in comfort. We must be in comfort. One moment. Oh, there's nothing coming out of that. Oh, don't say that's gone wrong, dear. That will be a disaster. Oh, honestly, it's one thing up. Where's that in the weather? It's one thing after another, isn't it, really? I'm quite warm in here this morning and there's no cold air coming out. What shall I do? It's going up and down, but no cold air. Oh, I'll leave it for a while and see what happens. What time did I turn that on then? Hang on a minute. Have I got the correct mode set? Just a minute now. Oh, comfort air mode. What's that? Sunlight. That's hot air. No, that's cold. Oh, what's that? Lights off. What that is. Oh, fan speed. Should we turn it up a bit? No, that's on maximum there. Got no cold air. It's just the flaps just going like that. Isn't that strange? Oh. I'll turn it. What's that say on there? 18. Oh dear. It was working last night, all right. I had it on last night while I was in here preparing last night's show. Half past 12 at night. I was getting this ready last night. 12:30 at night. I was sitting in here, beavering away, boys and girls, beavering away to bring you this wonderful excitement of entertainment this morning. Just 2 minutes ago, I was having a shave. I thought, I'll just leave it today. And I thought, someone of mine, I don't like that. Actually, I look at my old, some of my old pictures, only from a year or so ago when I had that beard. I hated it, actually. I didn't like it at all. Here is a picture of it. Look, here's a picture of it about a year ago now. And I just didn't like it. I only kept it because young people advised me that it looked good. But I never thought it looked good. I can't lie to you. I never thought I looked good. Incidentally, what you see behind you there is our Super Chatter prize this week, which I'm upgrading, boys and girls. I'm upgrading the Super Chatter prize because we've got a couple of little bits and pieces extra to add on to that. This week's Super Chatter prize, every time you send a £1 tip, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, is not only that very colourful backdrop, you can't actually see all of it there. You can only see the bit, you don't see really the colours at the bottom there. See, here's the colours that you can't quite see these colours at the bottom there, eh? That's at the I think that's the bottom or the top, one of the two. Hang on a minute. There it is. There you go. There's the bit that you can see. Okay? There's the bit you can see, but you can't see the rest of it. So it's that, and also a Super Chatter badge, and a Chris Reardon, I'm a Chris Reardon winner pen. That is the prize this week for the Super Chatter raffle. All right, my loves? So there we are. Looks like it's a really nice day out there already. It's already quite warm, which is why I wanted that thing on, and it's not doing anything. Don't say that's gone wrong. Shall I unplug it? So unplug it. Do you think I should unplug it? 1 minute. I would like to get this working. You don't mind. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment or two. Is it that one there? Just a minute now. Oh. Let's see that one there. Hang on. Let's just, we'll unplug that. I'm going to have to open the window. It's so hot in here. It's really hot in here. Gosh, well, we must carry on, darling. I mean, I expect Naga wouldn't be sitting there moaning about the heat in there, my darling. She was a professional and she would just get on with it, wouldn't she? Naga Monchetti. Mind you, she's not happy. There's a little story here in the Mail today. Twitter people lay into her. You know the sort of people on Twitter. They have no filter on their mouths. Absolutely vile people on Twitter. Who just speak nasty things all the time. Anyway, she's called out a pair of Twitter trolls. We get them on here sometimes, trolls. On Thursday, after they attacked her for what she was wearing on BBC Breakfast. Pathetic people hiding behind their silly little keyboards with absolutely no personality whatsoever. They just want to disrupt things. We've had a few on this channel before. Disruptors. We soon get rid of them. How do you get rid of a disruptor? Ignore them. They go away eventually. Naga Monchetti publicly called out a pair of Twitter trolls on Thursday after they attacked her for what she was wearing on BBC Breakfast. One, named Paul, derogatorily referred to as the news anchor 45 as that Asian bird and slammed her for wearing whatever the hell she wants to present her show. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm not a massive fan of hers, like the way she does the interviews and all that, but I quite like her. There's something about her that's actually quite likeable. And I've never ever seen her in an outfit that was horrible. She really knows how to dress, or someone's dressing, I don't know who. It says it appeared to be a reaction to Naga's footwear, a pair of silver brogues, as she sat alongside co-host Charlie, who's always a miserable git he is. He just doesn't get a joke, Charlie. He's so miserable. As she sat alongside co-host Charlie, who was in a suit and tie. Clearly outraged at the funky shoes, Paul marched to Twitter to rant, "I never understand why Charlie has to wear a formal business suit and the Asian bird seems to be able to wear whatever the hell she wants." Please do me a favour. They just sit there and moan, don't they? They don't see the content. She's probably read about 10 news stories at that point, made comment, this, that and the other, and he moans about her shoes. Bit like people on here moaning about a crooked picture or sad, lonely, pathetic lives that notice a spelling mistake somewhere. Oh, you really are very sad to notice things like this and mention it. No clue at all. It says it's quite unclear whether this was a different Paul, because was this someone else who said something? Someone else moaned about the shoes as well. Naga quipped in response. 1, add a picture of yourself to your Twitter profile. 2, think about what you tweet before you write it. And 3, I'll leave you to guess this one. Go Naga! We like Naga Monchetti. Would you want to see her shoes? They're quite camp. They're camp shoes. You wouldn't be out of place to find a gay lad wearing one of these in GAY or something like that. Just a minute now. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll turn the torch on and not the camera. 1 second, please. Please hold while we try and connect you. There we go. There we are. Pair of shoes. They are can you see? They're a little bit blimey. I mean, it's not the choice I would have worn, I must say. But they're all right, aren't they? All right, shoes. What the hell? That's what I say. Right, can I just plug my thing back in and we'll see what happens. See if this is sorted out. Oh, dear. Right. I can't get a plug in now. Hang on a minute. There we go. That's in. We'll see if that sorts anything out there. Now, is it on or off? Now it's stuck in position. Oh, blimey. I've never had a problem with this one. Turn it off. And turn it on. Right, we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully that will come on at some point. So good morning. Yes, I had a little bit of trouble with Shania's parcel yesterday afternoon, actually. I went down to the sorting office because they got the drawer there that you pull down and you can just drop the parcel in, you see, and walk off. I haven't got to go in the post office or bump into anyone. I try and avoid as many people as possible in my life, when out and about. And want autographs and that sort of thing, you know how it is. And I pulled down the thing and dropped her parcel in, but it wouldn't close. And I noticed Shania's parcel was caught because it was a slightly bigger box than what I would usually use. And after much struggling, I've got it looked like I was trying to nick something out of the box, to be honest. If anyone was driving past, they would have thought, oh, someone's trying to nick something out of that box. No, it was Shania's parcel that had got caught where the slot is, because it was a little bit too big. These drawers, it's quite difficult to actually push something in, if you see what I mean, if it doesn't go down properly. And I open, close, I'm taking it out, putting it back in, and my hand's in like this. You know, they've made it that for obvious reasons so that you don't nick something out. But I managed to get it down eventually. I hope it doesn't arrive smashed tonight, to be honest, with the amount of toing and froing I was going in there. But never mind, that's just how it is. So there we are, a little bit of trouble with Shania's parcel this morning. Yesterday was nice. My mate came over with halloumi burger and chips, which was nice for a little bit of lunch yesterday. Didn't have time to go on a walk, unfortunately. What was I doing yesterday? Why couldn't I go on a walk? Oh, because the show finished so late. We were at nearly 2 3/4 hours. I can't do that. You know, it just cuts in too much of my day. So I'm going to keep an eye on the time today and see how we get on. All right? Keep an eye on the time today. The shows are far too long. I haven't got the time to be able to do that. And it was like something like 10 to 12 by the time I got down to the kitchen. And that was it, really. Now, that hasn't come on. Oh, I'm going to have to bleed and call them out now, aren't I? It's just going like that. Why would it just go like that? I just have to open the window and be done with it. Hang on a minute. So annoying. There's like, what's that do there? There's a button on there. Well, I mean, there's kind of cold air coming out of this, but there's kind of cold air coming out of it, but it's not coming out very, very strong. I don't know what's happened here. Well, I'll leave it for 10 minutes and then I'll turn it off and turn it on again. We'll have one more go at that. Most annoying. So that was yesterday. We watched another episode of Dynasty on the telly. That was all right. Enjoying Dynasty on the telly. My neighbour came over. I've got a load of stuff to take down the dump. So, oh, it's come on. Look, it's come on. Oh, yes. Oh, that's better. That's chucking out cold air now. There we are. That's working now. Well, that worked, didn't it? As with all electronic stuff, boys and girls, turn it off at the plug, wait a few minutes and turn it on again. Oh, thank God for that, dear. Oh, I thought I was going to have to suffer like normal people who don't have air conditioning. Must be awful being normal, mustn't it? When you think about it. I mean, what is it like, boys and girls? It must be awful being just a normal person, being able to go about your business, no one recognises you. See, I don't have that luxury. You know, even in Audi, sometimes I get recognised in Audi, but I try not to talk to the people in there. Ghastly people, dear. Oh, God. There they are in their tracksuits and, you know, pyjamas. People go shopping in pyjamas in Audi. I've seen it all now, dear. Pyjamas in Audi. Awful. And Mandy on the till. I mean, she should say something, really. Mandy on the till. You know, because she don't mince her words, that one. You're having a laugh. She had a go at me once. She did. She says I moved the till closing thing. I didn't do anything of the sort. She said, can you put that back? Put that back. Put that back, please. You don't muck around with Mandy and Asda in Audi. But then again, you see, that makes her a character. And I love characters. I love characters. I do. I love Boris Johnson. I love Jeremy Corbyn. Believe it or not. I love Theresa May. They are characters. I don't like bland. Like we're just talking about Charlie. Charlie on Breakfast Time. He is bland. Ben Shepherd, bland. We want characters. The one who does the quiz show on ITV in the afternoon, that bloke, here is a character. We like characters. We don't like bland. Bland is boring. Bland is boring. It's boring. So that's it. And last night, oh, that's lovely cold air coming through now. And last night I drove into London, which was a real experience. I was terrified. I didn't have to go down the Euston Road, but I kind of went around it and came in. That's what the sat-nav said. So I might have been difficulty moving along through London again yesterday. I'm sure the traffic is almost up to what it used to be. But I went in to see DJ Chris last night. Just a very quick visit because he gave me an old sound system that he had for the television. You know, one of those bar things and the bass speaker. Now, I have that myself. I do have one myself, a Sanyo sound bar and bass speaker thing, which is, it's going to be about 6 or 7 years old, which is fine. I don't upgrade things at all, not really, unless I can see great advantage into getting the new one, you know. But the problem with my one is I've always had, from the moment I bought it, I've had trouble hearing dialogue. If there is dialogue and music, it just doesn't seem to separate it out. And you're like, as you turn the sound up, of course, the music is louder. And my ears, I don't know if it's not, because my mate says the same thing. He's got exactly the same one as me, and he has the same problem. You can't separate the dialogue from the music. It's awful. So DJ Chris, he's bought a brand new state-of-the-art, fantastic soundbar, which I observed with my own eyes last night, which is a lovely, lovely piece of equipment, I must say. And he was getting rid of his old one. And he was going to put it on eBay. And he heard of my plight, and he said, well, you can come and have this one if you want, which was very kind of him. So I went down last night and picked it up. He was going to put it on eBay, but he said, well, if you want it, he said, I can't be bothered with the hassle of eBay. And I have had hassle on eBay. Oh, a couple of times. Now, I don't buy an awful lot on eBay, but I've had 2 times where, number one, many years ago, I sold some records. Wasn't a massive amount, say 10, 12-inch singles, which I wrapped up and sold on the eBay, and someone bought them. And apparently never arrived. Didn't get there. I didn't believe them. But they wouldn't send the money. I thought, well, they haven't got here. And talking to other people, apparently that is quite a common thing to happen. People pretend that the stuff just doesn't get there. And the other occasion was where I bought a microphone. A radio microphone, which someone was selling. And they were only selling radio microphones come in 2 parts. There's the microphone and the little receiver box. Okay? I already had a receiver box. The other microphone just stopped working for whatever reason. And they're quite dear to have fixed. Something about 75 quid, 100 quid to have these things fixed. And someone was selling one for like 60 quid. I thought, well, I'll buy that one. Anyway, I got it. And I discovered it was a different frequency. Didn't work. So I emailed the bloke, I'm sorry, sold as seen. And that was his attitude. I said, well, I'll pay the postage, no problem at all. If I could just pop it back in the post, and when you get it, refund the money. No, sold as seen, sorry. And he wouldn't communicate. I kept seeing the messages. He kept saying, no, I'm not refunding you. I don't do refunds. It says on the thing, no refunds. So I contacted eBay. And they looked into it. They read the messages that you've sent to me, which were quite nice from me. And they said, OK, well, he should give you the money. The fact that it says on someone's eBay thing, no returns, is irrelevant. That's not their rules. It makes no difference at all, the fact that they've put that. And they said, no, he's got to send you back the money. Just a minute, leave it with us. And then they said, OK, we, eBay, have now refunded the money to you. And they claw the money back somehow from his account. Please send the microphone back to him in the post. Here is a label. OK? So they sent me the label. I've stuck the label on. And then I got a message from him saying, oh, I see you've involved eBay in this. He said, OK, fair enough. Send back the microphone, but I'm at a different address now. And he sent me another address. So I went straight onto eBay because I hadn't posted it yet. And I said, well, hello, thank you very much. I've got your label and all that, and I'm all ready to go. But he has now private messaged me and sent me another address. And they wrote back to us, no, use the label that we sent you. That's the address we've got on record. Post that in the box, and then that's the end of it. So that's what I did. And apparently this thing went off. And then 6 weeks later, it came back to me. And I'm like, I went to eBay again. And I said, hello, thank you very much. The microphone has come back to me. They said, that's okay. You looked after your side of the bargain. You posted it. The fact he didn't pick it up from the sorting office. Didn't pick it up. Right. So they said, thank you very much. That's it. It's come back to you. Now do what you want with it. Chuck it away, give it away, whatever. And that was it. So I've had trouble with eBay as well. So I completely understand Chris saying, I can't be bothered with all the eBay hassle. And you do hear this story quite a few times. Either someone hasn't paid for something, or someone hasn't received something, or pretend that they haven't received something. Isn't it awful? People are like that. I think they're just scum. I'm sorry, scummy people. So I bought that thing back last night. Great big box, a huge box. Huge box this thing comes in. It really does. It's enormous. I had trouble lifting the thing. And as I drove through London, I came round the North Circular Road, which goes right around M25, and then in a bit round the North Circular Road. And in that way, funnily enough, exactly the same route once I got to North London as the way I come back when I'm up at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex, and I come back into London. That's the way I came. And as I'm driving through London, I went through some quite places where there's a lot of people living. Is the volume a little bit low today? I've just noticed that. That's a little bit low, isn't it? I'm just going to shove myself up a bit. Watch your eardrums, because that does look quite low to me this morning. I'm just going to shove that up a little bit there and see if I can sort that out for you. There you go. Is that any better? That looks a bit too much now. That looks a bit better now. There we go. Hang on a minute. Second. I might sing you a song this morning. Thanks for your messages coming in. I'll come to those in a moment, boys and girls. All right. Let's return. I'll put that one up there. One moment, please. We are now trying to connect you to your call. Please hold the line. The number you are calling knows you are waiting. Please hold the line while we try and connect you. Right, hang on. Don't want that to be playing there. Good. Okay, yeah, so driving through London, I go through places like Holloway. And that's lots of people living there. Well, quite frankly, you wouldn't think there was anything wrong. You know, I must have seen in my tour through London, that's coming through North London, going to DJ Chris's house, and then coming out through central London, along the Euston Road, coming home, and West London, Hammersmith, Shepherd's Bush. Well, I must have seen no more than 5 masks in that time. Seriously. 5 masks. There were kebab shops open, people milling around, or no social distancing whatsoever. None. People sitting outside pubs, large groups of people, you know, lads hanging out there with their pints of lager and this, that and the other. No social distancing whatsoever. Absolutely none. Anyway, so I came into Chris's little street where I've never been before, and he's got a lovely sort of communal type garden in front of his flat, and showed me around his flat. He's got a lovely flat, you know. Really, I was surprised. And it's almost identical to mine, except it's much more modern. My house is not very modern. I don't worry about having the latest, you know, wallpaper up or lamp fittings or kitchen cupboards. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. A kitchen cupboard to me is a kitchen cupboard. It doesn't have to have come in the last 2 years and had been fitted by whoever fits Moban kitchens or anything like that. You know, it's a cupboard. When it completely falls apart, I might replace it. Then again, I might nail a piece of wood up onto it. Doesn't bother me. Whereas Chris's is quite modern, but he's a bit messy like me. It's not dirty, just a bit, you know, stuff. And that's the same as my... You want to see it in here. You should see it in here. Well, you can't. I don't think you can even see it on that cam, can you? Let's just move that down there. Go on, look. Go on, look. Look at this. Look. What a mess. Absolute mess in here. Look at it all. It's an absolute dire mess, isn't it, eh? Just stuff everywhere. And up above this little camera is shelves and things like that with stuff there that should have been chucked out years ago. Actually, there's wires, bits of paper. I've even got CD envelopes up there. You know the paper CD envelopes. If you were making copying a CD or making your own CD, you'd have a little paper envelope. I used to buy these. You see, look. I mean, these must be more than 10 years old. That's a packet of CD-ROMs. They're never going to get used. I should give them away, really, maybe. I'll give them to Ray Reynolds, actually. He does a lot of homework with CDs and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's an absolute mess in here, really. And Chris is possibly not as messy as this, but he's got lovely tiles on his floor as well. Such a well-kept place. You know, as I say, not tidy, but definitely clean. And he's got quite a large garden. I was surprised at the size of the garden he's got out the back. And it's all nice little plants in there. And the grass could do with a cut, I must say. Jesus Christ, it must be about 5 inches long, this grass. But it wasn't untidy, it was just long. Not just, that's probably how he wants it, not me. But lovely to see Chris last night. And then I was with him for about 10 minutes, you know, just chatting about things. And that's something. We both had masks on. Both had our masks on, keep our distance. Oh, yes. He's the same as me with all this virus business going on. And then jumped in the car and came home. And again, on the way home, no masks, just all the kebab shops open, people all outside. And wow. Wow, that was a real eye opener. Oh, why is it London that's got the highest people and all that? Oh, I don't know. Well, The pubs were very much alive in there last night. So got my soundbar in the car, brought that home and then tried to set that up. And I had a little bit of difficulty setting it up. There was a setting on the telly which was actually quite well hidden. You know, I've got an LG telly downstairs and it's got settings on the side and the audio settings there, right? So I'm trying to do this thing and I couldn't get the damn thing to come on. What you had to do was then go down the bottom and it says more settings. And then from more settings to another audio setting page where I had to turn something on and then it all miraculously burst into life. A wonderful sound. Oh, a really good sound. The only thing is that sound bar is bigger than the little one that I had on before. And my remote control is not being received by the telly. It's obviously covering the little eye somewhere on the telly. So I've had to put it down on a footstool for now. And I might have to get one of those TV stands or something like that. I mean, I've tried to move the telly back as far as I can on this. It's not really a TV stand. It's like an old dresser that was my mother's. And at one point it tipped back and thought, oh Christ, I've gone too far. So I quickly pulled it forward again. But it's not very wide, you know. If I could move that thing forward a bit, it might be better. Alternatively, I suppose I could put it on my little get a little coffee table or something like that. So that's what I did last night, and all set up. And by the time I'd finished, it was like 12:30, and I thought, Christ, I haven't sorted out today's show yet. So I came back up here and sorted out the show and. Sent off the bingo tickets last night. I hope you received your bingo tickets this morning. A couple of people had their addresses changed. Denise Andrews and head of Twittering Gavin Bass. You sent me alternative emails, so they were put into the system, and we'll see if that works. No, you should have received your bingo ticket by now. I sent them out last night. Okay, so we'll have a little look at that now. And that was it. I said yesterday afternoon I had a halloumi burger and chips. I think that this is a place called Churchill's in Bracknell. That's twice this week we've had that. A bit naughty, really. But I love the halloumi burgers. It seems to be whoever's cooking them at the time as to how many chips you get. We've decided that. Because we had so many chips yesterday. And I looked at this, I thought, I can't eat all those. It was a great big box full of chips. Box full of them. He said, we'll have the other half later. Okay, fair enough. So we had those in the afternoon. And I put them on the side. And last night I thought I'll have those. So I shoved them in the oven. Don't put them in the microwave. It's like pizzas in the microwave. Not a very pleasant experience, is it? This thing comes out and it's all limp and soggy. And God knows I don't like anything limp. I'm sorry. Don't embarrass yourself, boys. Please, put it away. These pizzas come out all limp, and it's similar with the chips. So you put them in the oven. So I put them on that metal thing that you put in the oven, right? That's in there. And it's on so hot. And they came out, and when I put them on the plate, I thought, oh, they look really greasy. More greasy, whether or not the grease seeps out of them in the oven, which it didn't do in the afternoon ones. They looked all right. You reheat them, this all grease all seems to have come out. Anyway, I shoved them on a plate and poured over, of course, a tin of beans. And I sat eating them, and I thought, oh, these they tasted nice, don't get me wrong, but they tasted very greasy, very greasy. And I had those while I was testing out my second-hand soundbar, because I am second-hand Chris. Second-hand, I'm going to sing that to you in a moment. Second-hand Chris. Okay? Let's have a brand new feature on the show. A daily song. I bet you can't wait, can you? I shall sing to you in a moment. And I ate these chips, and then about half hour later, I thought, oh, God. And I didn't feel right. I felt a bit sicky. And I don't get sick. Last time I was sick, oh, my God, must have been 30-odd years ago. I hate it. All that stuff comes up and goes halfway up your nose. Oh, it's vile. Some people make a habit of it, don't they? They go out on Friday and Saturday nights. They're quite happy to get drunk and then be sick on the way home on a bus or something like that. Or worse, in a phone box. Or in the smell. Oh, and then they try and kiss you. Oh, go away. Go away. Vile. But I thought, oh, that's those chips. That was the grease. And then the acid starts, doesn't it? I thought, oh, no, don't say that. And one of the things that seems to deal quite well with acid, although you've got to keep eating them, is mince. Not Rene or anything like that. Nothing to do with gastric, those anti-acid tablets. Just bog standard mints from Aldi. You know, while you're having one of those, it seems that stops. But of course, unfortunately, as soon as you stop eating them, then it starts again. And I mean, you can't really eat them while you're asleep, can you? And I thought, oh no, I'm feeling, oh God. And I knew it was the chips. Wouldn't have been the beans. It's definitely the chips. But that's just how it is, really. And I thought, you blooming idiot, eating something like that just before bed. You know, so I got down and had 2 large teaspoons full of Galveston, and it wasn't too bad. I got off to sleep eventually, and that was all right. It wasn't too bad. Listening to the Credo. How sad is that? That's what I have that on sometimes at night on my Amazon thing. You know, Credo in Unum Deum. There's a version of that. I don't know if Shania's with us this morning. I'll come to your messages in a moment. But if you've got one of those Amazons, I don't know if you've got one of those, Shania, get it to play Credo 3. You know, Amazon, play Credo 3, or the word that you're using. My mate's changed his Amazon name to Echo. He's changed it to Echo because whenever we're on the phone, right, and he might ring up and the telly will still be on. And then while he's on there, I say, turn the telly off, and it turns his telly off at the same time. You know I can set off your Amazons if I want to. I've done it before. Mandy Davenport and Mick Davenport were fuming one night because for a joke I said, you know, play horror music at 2 o'clock. Well, it did, and they'd forgotten to turn it off. All part of the fun. Oh, that's the other thing I did last night. At long last, I changed the ink cartridge in my printer. My God, what a difference that made. It had got to the point, actually, here we go. Here's some of the quiz questions. Look at them. And that's not actually too bad. Look at it. You can barely see them. And I was really struggling to see some of the receipts that I was printing out, you know, for my tax thing for next year. Because anything I buy, I have to print the receipts out. And I'm like this. And I'm thinking, if I can't see it, it's not fair to send bad receipts to your accountant, is it? And I've been putting this on for so long. It kept saying printer toner low. And it was obvious it was low because it was so faint. Anyway, so I put a new one on. Here's my cartridges. They're quite long. I've only got a black and white printer. I don't need to do colour printing. It's far too expensive. For 50 quid for bleeding colour cartridges. These were about 50 quid. And I would say these last me about a year. One of those lasts about a year. They're quite big, aren't they? That's just black. Black ink matters. Remember that, gang? Black ink matters. Very important. So I put one of those in. Oh, my God, what a difference that made. And the reason I put it in was to send Shania's parcel off. Because I thought, well, if the post office get this, the scanner's not going to work. It was so faint. So I put a new one in, and when your parcel arrives, Shania, if you're with us this morning, you will notice a brand, that's the first thing printed out on my new ink cartridge. There we go. An enormous expense to this organisation, United Kingdom Talk, I tell you that now. There we are. All right, so that's all done, and there we are. Good. As I say, boys and girls, just before we come to the message, I thought I'd sing you a song this morning. Let's sing a song, a sixpence, a pocket full of sixpences, or something like that. Yes, and the song is Because I've Been... Now, I haven't actually checked this out. Let's have a look. Let's see if that one works. We've got to find one that hasn't got a copyright on it. There's a bloke here. Father has a business, strictly second-hand. Everything from toothpicks to a baby, to a grand. Came from father's store, even things I'm wearing, someone wore before. It's no wonder that I feel abused. I never get a thing that ain't be used. And I'm singing this because I got Chris's second-hand thing, you see. Soundbar. Ready? Sing along, boys and girls, if you know it. I'm wearing second-hand hats, second-hand clothes. That's why they call him Second-Hand Chris. Even a piano in the parlour, father bought for 10 cents on the dollar. Second second-hand pearls. I'm wearing second-hand curls. I never get a single thing that's new. Even Jake Cohen, he's the man I adore, had the nerve to tell me that he'd married before. Everyone knows I'm just second-hand Chris. Second-hand Chris from 2nd Avenue. Ba-ba! It just dropped into my head, that tune, while I was getting the show ready for you this morning, and added a little bit of excitement for your sad, lonely, pathetic selves this morning. All right, my loves? All right. Let's read one or two of your messages this morning. Good morning to Jason Hughes, Adrian Richardson, Dr. Gregorian, Peter Wright, Gavin Bass, Michael Pullman, Denise Andrews. There's little Shania. Good morning, Shania. I hope your little item will be coming down for you today, my love. Look out for your mug on its way to you at the moment. And there's little Denise. Sherry DMP, good morning to you. John Parrish is in the house. He sent some more photos in this morning. If you'd like to see 3 more of John Parrish's photos and 2 from Adam the Plumber, you need to hit a like. We've got 38 people, so let's have 24 likes today, please, if you want to see those photos. I must say, the pictures from Adam haven't come out so well. I don't know how he sent those. They were weird as they came through, but I did my best. But for some reason, I can't even stretch them onto the screen, so a little bit small. But a couple of pictures from Adam the Plumber and 3 from John Parrish this morning. If you want to see those, hit that little like button, darling. 24 likes to see those today. Okay. Excuse me a moment. Let's have a look. Joe. Good morning, Joe Woodruff. Morning, young Joe. Hello, there's Chris Woodhouse there. Good morning, Chris. Christopher Woodhouse down his house yesterday. There's Diane Jebb. Morning, Diane. Peter Wright has sent a £2 super chat this morning. So let's give him a couple of pink raffle tickets. Actually, I think you're the first one, are you? You're the first one to send in a super chat for those little items. There's the super chat prizes this week. Okay, you've got a super chat badge, a Chris Reardon I'm a winner pen, and this backdrop as used winter, I think it was the year before last, that one, okay? Because I only used the backdrops once. You won't really see me put that up. That's the backdrop we're giving away there. Okay, look nice on your wall. Or something like that. The Christmas ones we gave away were hugely popular. Oh, people were desperate to get those. Do you remember that? I think Michael Lawrence won one. And I think Gavin Bass won the other one, if I remember rightly. Is that right? I'm sure that was the case. So Peter Wright gets 2 of these here. Namely 821 and 822. 821 and 822. Da 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 da. I should rehearse the song sometimes, I think, before I sing them for you. 821 and 822. Might be a wise idea, mightn't it? I don't know the songs I sing after. I'm all right with the choruses. It's the other bits. Good morning to good morning to Rachel Crowther this morning. Hello to Ray Reynolds. Chatting to him on the phone last night. He was on a shed. Honestly. So Ray has got a fractured shoulder, which can be quite painful. What's he doing yesterday? He's climbed on top of his shed, and he's 73. I'm not being funny, Ray. You need to be a bit more careful, love. It's all right. Oh, it'd just be all right. And then you overstretch, don't you? I've done that before. Never, ever overstretch. Because if you don't fall off something, you're likely to pull a muscle. How many times have you dropped a remote control down the side of the... You can't quite reach it, and then you overstretch and you pull something for days later. For days later. Very, very painful. There's our Michael Lawrence. Morning. Hello to John Aitken. There's Adam the Plumber. Adam the Plumber. Good morning, Adam. How are we doing on the likes? 19 already. That was quick. Only another 5 likes and we'll get those pictures up for you on here, my darlings. Okay. Denise doesn't like Naga Monchetti. She's not a fan there. Fair enough. We don't all like everyone, do we, darling? There's people on Gary's show. Someone on Gary's show who doesn't like my voice. I can't believe that. I like nothing better than to listen to myself. I tell you that now. I don't know who it is. No names have been mentioned. Someone doesn't like me. Someone doesn't like me on Gary's show. I don't know why that would be. There's Adam the Plumber. Morning, Adam. The lovely Heidi Young. Good morning, Heidi. Morning, Heidi. I was looking at the Caravan group this morning. Not our one, like I can't remember, a moaning one. One of the moaning ones, and someone was saying she's absolutely distraught because her van's just coming up to 15 years old and they've told her to move it. You know, but that's what happens on most sites, not ours. Not ours. We don't have an age limit on ours, but there's a lot of sites out there that want you to move your van when it gets so old, doesn't it? Absolutely. I've got 3 tickets here. I don't know what they are. Let's just chuck those away. Yeah, 15 years I think hers was, this lady. She's distraught. Been told you've got to move it off in December or buy a new one. There's so many things to worry about when you buy a caravan, none of which I knew. I was very lucky and I just struck gold. I didn't know that you had to move off your caravan on certain sites, or most sites, after a certain time, but that is the case. Not on our site. What Sylvie says, as long as it looks clean, you can leave it on there as long as you want. So that's very good, isn't it? Good morning to Parkness this morning. Mandy Davenport in the house. Morning, Mandy. There's our Mandy. Scrolling down there, my loves. 1 second. I'll get to you as soon as I can. There we are. Shania is sorry she caused so much trouble. I did have a job getting it in there, Shania. I hope I haven't broken the handle off. But you can always get yourself a bit of glue, can't you, my love? Just stick it on with a little bit of glue, especially for ceramics, dear. Don't try and use super glue. That's blooming useless, that stuff. Morning to Daniel Woodhouse. Hello, sir. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. I'm love to go move very quickly because there's so many people. Diane Sherry. Oh, there's Diane. Good morning, Diane Strelly. Chatted to you on the phone last night. What a lovely selection of coloured love hearts you've sent me this morning. I didn't realise there was so many. Aren't they lovely, those little coloured love hearts? That's nice, that is. I'll just scroll down here. Right, okay. Adam doesn't use eBay at all now. He's been a member since 2004. Over the years, the service has got worse and the prices have gone up. I now use Facebook and Amazon. Yeah, I don't either. I don't use them either. I honestly, very rarely do I buy something off Amazon. John Paris has sent in a £1 super chat this morning. Thank you, John. He's trying to win. That backdrop would actually look quite nice on one of the walls in your caravan, wouldn't it? If you wonder where the backdrops are, you might want to buy a brand new one yourself. There's a massive selection on a site called Rosegal, Rosegal. That's where the backdrops come from. Okay? Rosegal, Rosegal. All right? Little raffle ticket for a free raffle ticket for John Paris. 823 for you, John. And that draw is taking place on Thursday, my darlings. Okay? Scrolling down a little bit there. Jason's bought over 600 items on eBay in the last 10 years. Only had a few problems with items which were dealt with promptly by eBay. So I can't fault them. You see, difference of opinion there. Good morning to Gary Butler. Scrap It Man is on air now. On air now. Adam, have you considered moving studios? No. Yes, I did a couple of years ago, Adam, into the larger spare room next door. But no, it's too much hassle. The blooming wires down there, you wouldn't believe the wires that would be. I'm not a very tidy person, as you well know. Gary Ross, CD plastic sleeves. No, these are paper ones. Here, look. I'm going to give these to Ray Reynolds. I think Ray can make use out of these. Here, look. Look, these things. Little paper sleeves. See? That's them there. Because the CDs, they come in these things, you see. You buy 100, I don't know, what is it, 50 in there? 100. You used to, but you used to buy 100 at a time. And they weren't particularly expensive at the time. But they wouldn't come with plastic things. So you'd have to buy these as well. And I've got a packet of these, so I shall send these to, give them to Ray Reynolds. But God knows when we'll see each other. I can't see that happening this year, to be honest, Ray. Ray won't be with us now. He just pops on to say hello, I think. Yes. Good morning to Tony King. Hello to you, sir. Scrolling quickly now, my loves. We'll never get anywhere, will we? Andy. Good morning, Andy. Our soundbar did the same, Chris. We put the TV on books. Oh, yes. Well, it's a big telly down, so it's 65. You know, it's not heavy as in comparison to the old 32-inch tellies. You remember with the big bums? Christ, you couldn't move those things around, could you? One person could probably carry my telly, but it's more awkward than heavy, you know, and it's on this like half a thing. I'd have to be I'd be worried it'd fall off. But yeah, I can't put the soundbar in front. The little eye can't see the remote control anymore. Joe, how many tickets did you send? Only one last night. One ticket went out last night. Okay, look on Facebook for a TV stand. That might be an idea. Yeah, at the moment it's just on a little footstool in front of me, which does right there. Okay. Let's just. I'm gonna have to scroll down now. I think is there another super chat there somewhere? I think I saw another super chat pop in there somewhere. No, well, sure there was. Yeah, oh, it's from Adam the Plumber. $4.99, dear. You tried to win the other backdrop, didn't you, Adam? I think you tried to get the other backdrop as well, didn't you, my love? Yeah, if I remember. Did you get that? I can't remember who won that. Who won the last one? Who was that? Adam the Plumber. Right, I'm going to get to the bottom of the list and pick up from there, all right? Let's just do these for young Adam. Second-hand rose, they call him. Second-hand clothes and all that business, isn't it? How are we doing on likes? 25 likes, good. We'll show you the photos now. And there we are. I can't believe we've already been here 45 minutes. Someone must have been talking an awful lot this morning. Mind you, it's more interesting than your boring messages, isn't it? Be honest. It is. It is. Remember the secret listeners, the secret viewers are watching this, aren't you, my loves? Oh, we are 824 to 828. 824 to 828. There we go. All right. Put those in there. Thank you, Adam, for your little tip this morning. I think Adam single-handedly keeps the lights on here most of the time. Not all of the time. Most of the time. Shocking. Bum, bum, bum. Let's get down to the bottom. There we are. That's better. Good morning to Sprinter Van. Good morning, Sprinter Van. Hello to you, sir. Ross, I love how you unload all your tat to your listeners. Your house must be like an Oxfam shop, you cheeky git. Hark at him, Mr. Secondhand Norfolk. He's always on Facebook. Ross Pat's out. He does an excellent, a very friendly, warm internet like pop music show on Reach. Which is a fantastic little station, actually, Reach on Air. Anyone who wants to do DJing on the radio can go on Reach on Air, and I think there's a small fee to pay, something like £5 or something like that, I think it is, for a week or something. I can't remember the exact figures now. You'd have to go on a Reach on Air, they're called, and you go on there, you download a bit of free software to your computer, as long as you've got your music on there, attach a few bits and pieces. It's a little bit technical for people, but generally, I feel right with stuff, and then you can do your own radio show. And Ross has been doing it for years. He's got a little following there as well, same as me. You know, just a very small following. I have a small following, you know, much smaller than my nephew's following, which he proudly rings me up every 5 minutes and tells me his latest subscriptions number. Oh, I've got another subscriber every 5 minutes. Oh, I've got more than you now. He's very proud of that. Very proud of that. £5 a month. Is that what it is? £5 a month. There you are. It's even cheaper. Even cheaper. So, you won the other backdrop, did you? Oh, I can't remember. You need it for the other part of your fence in the gardens, so it looks like we're going from autumn to winter. I suppose if you haven't got any air conditioning, you could put that up and it would look colder, wouldn't it? The winter Breckness. Oh, Ross is at Skegness, at Butlins and Premier in mid-August. Blimey, I bet that's cost you an arm and a leg. Butlins in August? How much was that, Ross? I know how much these places charge, July, August. We won't go on a Haven holiday in that month. It goes from like 150, 180 quid a week to something like £1,000 a week in that month. It's an absolute fortune. And the noise... Oh, God, the noise from small people running around, kicking their balls up against your caravan, shouting and screaming. Young people coming back from the club at night, screaming and shouting because someone looked at my birds. Are you looking at my birds? Oh, please. Well, if they are, let them have them and move on to another one. That's what I say. £879. Jeez. Does that include food? Is that fully booked? Is that fully inclusive? Does that include food? 3 nights? Oh, it does. 3 nights? I thought you were going to tell me that was like 2 weeks or 1 week at least. 3 nights, £879. You got too much money, mate. Are you still working for Tesco's? Is that why I'm paying so much for eggs? That's outrageous. We are in a posh bit. Well, I don't know how you're going to get past there to get in there, you lot. Posh? You? Says the man who burps and farts freely on his radio show. You don't hear me doing that unless one accidentally slips out of my mouth now and again. Little burp perhaps happens. Jeez. £879 for 3 nights? You can stay at the Mandarin Oriental in London for that. Jeez, that's a lot of money, mate. That is an awful lot of money. Just get a tent next time. Oh, just make it up to the kids. Oh, we're going make sure you're happy. Oh, I've got something really exciting. We're going to go camping. You can buy a tent, a really good, huge, massive, very high quality tent for like 200 quid. Blimey, you've lost your edge. Have you won the lottery? Mum gave me £1,000 to spend. Wow. I'm surprised at you, Ross. Knowing you, I would have thought you bought yourself a decent microphone with that, my love. New equipment for the studio. Come on, let's move on. Likes, 26 likes. Thank you very much for those. Let's show you the photographs this morning. John Paris has sent in some more photos. Well, he hasn't sent in more photos. He sent in about 8,000 photos the other day, which caused me an enormous amount of work. Please do not send in any more than 2 or 3 photos at a time. I have no idea where these are, so we'll make up a story as we go along. They've just been ice skating here. They're now on a roof in Russia. Popped in to see President Putin. And there they are in a market looking for a gift for me. Bless them heart. That's the beautiful Sherry. Is she a very, very pretty girl? Sherry, look at her. She does her own cooking channel. That's lovely, isn't it? They didn't actually stay there. They didn't stay in that room. They had a tent just outside. Yeah, they couldn't afford that room. Is that a crucifix at the back there? Let's just wait for that to come back. It looks very cold there. Is that ice on the floor? I don't know what that is. He does good quality pictures though, doesn't he? I must say. Very nice pictures. There they are again in the market. Let's wait for the other one to come back. What's that say? Saint Joseph at the top there, does it say? Don't know. I have no idea where any of that is because there was no story attached to any of these. Is that a cross there? That looks like a crucifix at the back there. Nice wallpaper. I love the clock there. Keep smiling, Sherry. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. I'll be on your side forevermore. For sure. That's what friends are for. Thanks very much for that, John. What else have we got here? £100 for afternoon tea. What a liberty. Let me tell you. Your chalet won't be anything like where we go and have afternoon tea. Dear me, completely different thing altogether. Thank you, John. And we've also received, boys and girls, we've also received some pictures from Adam the plumber this morning, and he sends a little story with his... Oh, hang on a minute, I've closed the email thing now. One moment, please. We'll have a little test game of bingo a little bit later on as well. One moment, please. Where has it gone now? Excellent. Excellent. Someone said to me, you're like the super spreader of YouTube. We need to super... Going in the sort of terms of the virus that's around at the moment, what we need to do is super spread this show. Whenever you're going out for a conversation, you're out somewhere... with friends, supermarket checkout on the phone. Oh, by the way, have you seen Chris Reardon's show on YouTube? Yeah, just go to UnitedKingdomTalk. That's the easy one to remember because it'll take you straight to the YouTube page. UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. You type that into your search bar, it'll take you to my YouTube page. Where's Adam's email here? Just a moment, please. Blimey, it's ever so many emails this morning. Where's Adam's thing on there? Oh, I've also got a picture from George to send. There it is. There it is. I've also got a picture from George Bond to show you this morning as well, which he's kindly sent in. So we'll do those as well. Here's Adam's pictures. As you can see, I cannot stretch that. I don't know why. They've come through really strange to me, Adam. It doesn't look like they're attachments. Did you photo sort of screenshot the page or something? And that's how they've come through to me. I don't know why that is. Anyway, he sends a little story. It says, sorry, just a minute. This is my garden. When I first moved in, even the email doesn't fit the screen for some reason. I'm having to drag it over. When I first moved in, as you can see, I've added a gate and a fence on the side of the house to make a small back garden, and I fitted decking and put the table and chairs and put some ornamental stones and plant pots. Got a second-hand barbecue and put some outside lighting in as well. So I know that's a little bit dark, but that's the best I can do for you there this morning, my darlings. All right? Okay? So thanks very much for that. That's great. And one more picture coming through. Good morning to Leslie Ross this morning. Morning, Leslie. Morning, Leslie. Leslie Ross this morning is here. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? And here is the other photo from George Bond, who's been fishing. That's what he caught. Is that a large fish to catch? I'm not a fish person. It looks like a... Do you know, it looks like a turtle, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like a turtle to you? Like a head at the top there. Or like a snake with a fat body. Doesn't look like one, does it? Oh, don't start sending pictures of your bleeding dinners. How uninteresting is that? People who upload pictures of their latest dinner. What's all that about, eh? It don't make sense, does it? So thanks very much to George Bond for that. He's not with us. He'll be on later. Have you shown my picture? Can you show my pictures? We've done it, mate. The amount of people that turn up late here and want you to do the old show again for them, I don't think so. There we go. Thank you very much for sending in your photos. If you've got anything to send in, little photos, videos, anything like that, that's my email address there, as created by Gavin Bass. He created that. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Please, please, only 1 or 2 pictures at a time and a short video, and I'll be happy to show them for you. In exchange, of course, for likes. All right. As a matter of interest, John, how do you have a time limit on your caravans? Do they have to go? No, actually, yours is quite old as well, isn't it? I don't think it's as old as mine, but is there once they get to 20 years, you have to buy a new caravan? It's not a cheap thing to have a caravan, unless you're lucky like me. I seem to be able to spot bargains a mile off, but a lot of caravan places, 10 years. 10, 15 or 20 seems to be the numbers. And it gets to 15 years, right, you've got to buy a new caravan or move or go. That's it. That's it. But someone was saying, Heidi, I don't know what you think about this. Someone was saying on one of the caravan chat things the other day, they were saying view or caravan, as in really nice view, right, with perhaps old caravan, no mod cons or anything. This is like what I've got. Or really nice, newish caravan with not much of a view. And I would always go for the view. What do you think, boys and girls? View or brand new If I gave you a choice, I can give you a 25-year-old caravan, right? It's a bit old, but it's dry. It's dry. You might have to put in double glazing if it's a bit cold. Brand new caravan, okay? With not much of a view, caravans all around you, or old caravan and really nice view. Some of the views from people's caravans, they overlook the sea, large ponds or lakes, hills and that. My caravan, I'm on the end, I overlook a field. That's it. That's all I can see outside that one. Overlook a field. I love it. I love it. And I'd much rather have something like that. When my sister went to check out caravans for me, I think possibly one of the first ones, she said, she found this caravan, and she said, you're going to love this. Well, I took one look at it, and I hated it. Didn't like it. It was really dark inside, and actually there was no view whatsoever. It was right next to the riverbank, and of course the riverbank, goes up like that. Well, all you could see was this bit of grass in front of you like that. It wasn't for me at all. Do like view first for me. But what about you? What would you do if you had the choice there? Mick goes fishing. There you go. 47 years. Morning to Billy Allen. Morning, young Billy. Hello, Billy. Welcome to the show, sir. Ross goes for the view. Yeah, Ross would go for the view. Gary Ross, it's the pitch they're selling. What has a good view? That's what I would like. Heidi, view, Chris. Old caravans can be modernised with little effort and research. Yeah, well, I had my bathroom done last year, Heidi. What have I done to mine? underfloor insulation, which made a huge difference in the winter. Oh my God, that first winter I was there. Well, I've only been there 2 winters. The first winter I was there, oh, it was freezing cold. Freezing in that blooming thing. I almost gave it up. It was that cold. But I put in, I had underfloor insulation put properly underneath. Blokes came and did it, crawled underneath. Not a job that I'd like to do, I must admit. And stapled this silvery, thicky, well, it's not that thick actually, silver stuff. I think it's like several layers, and I put that underneath the caravan. Then I had the air source heat pumps put in, and the bathroom. That's what I've had done to mine. Yeah, I love it. Old caravan, beautiful view. Leslie Ross, new caravan with a lovely view. No, you can only have one or the other for me and my Springers. My mum had a Springer Spaniel, Leslie. Oh, she loved that dog till the end. Me and that dog didn't get on for some reason. It didn't like me. Always growled. Always growling at me. Never mind. Is your caravan a caravan of love? Sadly not, Dave. Nothing's happened in there. Nothing. Good. Mandy, new caravan and just move it for the view. No, you can't have that, Mandy. There, you gave your choice there. You had your choice. Let's do a couple of stories for you this morning. Where are we now? Why has that come up there? You're using a blocker. Hang on a minute. Let's just refresh that. Otherwise, I can't see it. Is that working now? Here we go. Washing machines. One of the things I don't think we think about in washing machines, you think that just dirt is going out. No. I mean, a lot of clothing in that is made with lots of plastic bits. Lots of your acrylic jumpers and all that. It's all full of plastic. And we're all breathing this stuff in. I think one thing you sometimes forget is that all this stuff ends up going down the water as well out of washing machines, doesn't it? It's different when it was just wool, natural things. But now it's basically little bits of plastic go through your washing machine and come out the other end into the watercourse. Not the watercourse, but into the sanitation places and all that. It says here, devices could be fitted to washing machines in the Metro this morning to slash the release of microfibres into the environment by up to 80%, suggests a new study. Researchers found that using fibre-catching devices as part of the laundry process can dramatically reduce the amount of microscopic particles potentially entering the marine environment. A study conducted at the University of Plymouth compared the efficiency of 6 different devices, ranging from prototypes to commercially available products. The most successful reduced the amount of fibres released into wastewater by almost 80%, which is good. I mean, 100% would be better, but 80%, it's not far off, is it? Suggesting there is considerable potential for them to have environmental benefits. I don't know how that would work, really. It says the study showed normal wear and tear when wearing clothes is just as significant a source of microplastics as release from laundering, while a report produced by DEFRA in May highlighted that fitting filters to washing machines could be less effective than changing fabric designs to reduce fibre loss. Apparently, these clothes that we all wear now, I'm sure this is definitely plastic. It just doesn't feel like it's natural at all. It's certainly not cotton. It's funny really. This is like a summer shirt, as bought for me from my dear friend who's no longer with us, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, and it's it's a lovely shirt. But the funny thing is, it's a summer shirt, but you wouldn't really want to wear this, I don't think, in the summer because it's like that polyester stuff. It just sticks to you. It's horrible. You wouldn't want to wear it on the stage in a pub if you're doing like a karaoke or something like that. But I think that's quite a good idea. A study led by a doctor, a Sky Ocean resource person, said fibres from clothing are among the key source of microplastics, and companies are inventing ways which claim to reduce the amount of fibres which can enter wastewater. So that would be a good thing to have, wouldn't it? Once they come out, I suppose. I don't know, some sort of filter on there, and now and again, a bit like that, that other filter you've got on the tumble dryers. There's a thing on that, isn't there? And I think you've got to take it off every time, haven't you? Otherwise, you've got a danger of the thing catching fire with a tumble dryer. You pull out this filter, and all that dust comes out. Was it fluff? fluff. Well, a lot of that's plastic. Yeah, and we don't think about it really, do we? We just tap it out in the bin or something like that, scrape it off. Meanwhile, there's probably all these little bits of plastic floating around as you're scraping it off and you're breathing it in again. Yeah, I kind of wonder sometimes, or wish perhaps that plastic wasn't invented, didn't you? I don't know, something like that. Heidi bought her first caravan the worst winter in years, about 8 years ago. No central heating, no double glazing, put my bed in the living room. She survived, yes, because at first you was afraid, you was petrified, kept thinking you could never live in a cold caravan. But then you moved your bed right in front of that gas fire and you felt strong and nice and warm to get along, although it cost you so much. 1 bottle of gas every 6 hours. How did you afford that? You must have got through bottles of gas then, did you? But I know there's a lady, as you come out of my caravan, the barrier that doesn't work, you turn right, down there, turn left, right on the corner there, there's not on the corner, I think she's 1 or 2 in on that road that used to go over the road with the massive holes in it that they fixed now. But I talked to her once, she's got the yappy dog. It don't like me. Anyone that walks past, this dog goes mad. There's a few of those on there, isn't there, actually? Doesn't bother me. And I was talking to her about a year or so ago, and she was saying to me she gets through a bottle of gas every few weeks in the winter. I think she lives there a lot, you know. A lot of people live there, don't they? They like living there. But she moved her bed into the living room. There we are. Do you worry if they build on that field behind your van? Well, just go, Ross. That's the thing with caravans. You just go. No, I don't want to be here anymore. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's it. Go. I wouldn't stop. What's the point in being in a caravan and the housing thing built up? That's why we're there. That's why we're there, because we want to be out in the country, away from everything. Funny you should say that, Ross. A few times I've nearly bought a place in Lincolnshire, but I never seem to get round to it because I feel very attached. I have an attachment to this house. I have a real attachment to this house and the garden. I really do. But a few times now I've even had a couple of viewings, which my sister don't know about. I never told her. I've had a couple of viewings over the years at places up in Lincolnshire, lovely places. And then it gets, I don't know if I should move or not, you know. It's difficult to know, really. But the lady in the, I actually went into an estate agent, and she said, "What sort of thing do you want?" I said, "Well, I want a clear view of a field." She said, "Well, it's all very well getting that, but you can suddenly have a housing estate, you know, suddenly turn up in front of you overnight almost." And I wouldn't want that happen to my mate. And to one of my mates, he's not particularly old. I think he's mid to late 30s. And him and his other half, they bought a place somewhere in Oxfordshire. And they had a lovely field. And then suddenly, one day, all these fences went up. And in come the diggers. Oh, awful. There's nothing worse. I'm sorry, there's nothing. They may be brand new. Nothing worse than looking at a modern housing estate. Or what do they call them? They're not rented. A modern housing, they call them developments, don't they? If they're not council places, they call them exactly the same as a council estate, except they're developments. Developments. Barratt homes, wimpy homes, blooming awful. Awful. Every single house looks the same. Dreadful. Young people like them. Maybe it's an age thing, I don't know. I think they're absolutely horrendous. You go through some places in Lincolnshire, Horncastle and all that, you get these long roads. Every single house is different. Little bungalows, all individual. You go in a modern housing development, every single house looks the same. And then there's your postage stamp garden. You know, 1 inch. 1 inch of grass in front of you with about 4 blades of... I mean, it won't take you long to cut that, will it? 4 blades of grass. Awful. DJ Chris's, he's got a place in London. His garden's bigger than those ones. And he's got a decent-sized garden there. You could have, I suppose you could probably have possibly 20 people standing there quite comfortably in Chris's garden. You know? Not for me. Horrible. John Parrish, no limits there on the caravans, but that can change at any time. That's why I wanted one on your site. John, you say that, you know, Any site could change suddenly overnight. You know, you don't know what can happen. Sylvie, who is queen of all caravans, and her lovely husband. We've got a lovely couple. We're so lucky, the people running our caravan site. You know, and Sylvie's stuff. We'll never sell this. We'll never sell. But you don't know. Something could happen. Something could, perhaps they could, I don't know, suddenly get into terrible financial hardship, and then someone snaps it up, and then so that's it, everyone, right? Anyone got a caravan older than 10 years old, you're off. You have no rights whatsoever on a caravan site. Absolutely none at all. None at all. So, you know, each and every one, really, just how it is. John can't see the point in spending £40,000 on a tin box. Yeah, especially if you've got no rights, John. It was my brother-in-law, because I thought about that. Not 40,000, mind, but I thought of getting a newer one. And my brother-in-law he said, well, what's wrong with what? I said, there's nothing wrong with what I got. Just fancy a new one. He said, but the trouble is you've got no rights at all. No rights at all on a caravan site, I'm afraid. The bedroom pick was Versailles in France. Oh, it was France, was it? Okay. It was France. The market was in Barcelona. Oh, it's all over the world. The market in Barcelona, where you said Russia. It was the location of a James Bond film. Ba 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 ba. That's coming out soon, isn't it? Is it September they pushed it back to? I'm not going to a cinema. I'd have to borrow one of DJ Chris's masks. Have you seen DJ Chris's masks? Here, look. That's what we want if we want to go to a cinema, mate. He'd go shopping in that. Jeez. I'd be absolute. I would think he'd come to exterminate me. There's another one of his. There is masks. That's his kitchen. It's quite modern, isn't it? It's a nice place he's got there. Lovely place. Mick, you keep saying this. You're going to get a caravan on Chapel Hill. She ain't going to let you in, mate. There's posters of you up. Ask Heidi Young. There's a poster of you. I put the poster up with my magic gun stapler. There's a poster up of you on the front entrance. If this man is seen, please contact Sylvie, Queen of all Caravans, immediately, and her phone number. You know, I chatted to her on the phone the other day, actually. You know, it was funny. It sounded like she kept trying to get off the phone to me. Oh, well, I've just got... And then I'd just carry on. I think she was glad I went in the end. I talk a little bit too much sometimes. Fortunately, I don't do that on this show. Heidi, Chris, you're crazy. The older caravans don't use that much gas for just the fire and water. Oh, I don't know. See, I haven't got gas heating, so there we are. They will never build on that. It's arable farmland. There you go, Ross. Unlucky. Ross is probably sitting there hoping that they're going to build houses on our field. On our field, Heidi. He's just jealous because he's got... Where's he going? Butlins. Oh, wow. Whoopee-doo. Butlins. No, I'd rather be... Yeah, can you just imagine, Heidi? Ross Patzel and his lot, his family, little kids and all that at Butlins. Ah! Scream! Oh, wow, wow! Screaming and shouting and noise. No, thank you, darling. Noise coming out of the disco. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you can keep your bleeping Butlins, mate. Ross has got a field view at the front, now building on it. Very sad. Yeah, they're my houses, Ross. I found out where you lived and I decided to build houses right in front of you just to upset you. I do that sometimes. I upset people sometimes. I don't always mean to. In your case, I do. Morning to Yvonne Lemon. Good morning, Yvonne. Any tests you're going for today, Yvonne? Do let us know, my love. Good morning to you. Mick, you don't need to sort it out with Sylvie. You can just walk onto the site. No, he can't, Heidi. He can't do that, my darling. He can't. His photo's plastered all over. Not only on the front board, it's on all the lampposts as well. Our lamppost isn't working at the moment. It's only been about 9 months now. Apparently, they've got to get a cherry picker to get up there and change the bulb or something. I don't know. Oh, dear. £1,000 for gas since September. Yes, Heidi. I don't know if you know that. John's told us that before. He's got very high bills on his site, unfortunately. Yeah. His electric bills as well are very, very high on the site he's on. That's unfortunately just how it is, and we do hear these stories. Well, it looks like John's one of them. Are you staying, John, in the end, or what? What did you decide to do? Did you decide to cut your losses, or what? Some places don't allow you to buy gas. That's the trouble, Heidi. Some places won't allow you to buy gas off site there. All right. Oh, there we go. Yvonne's waiting for the doctor to ring up any time. My blood pressure is up again. You must be on like a permanent connection to your doctors, are you, Yvonne? Does he know when you're in? Is it about like, oh, hello, it's Yvonne. It's Yvonne again. Yeah, hello. Yeah. What time is she in this morning? Oh, she's later today. She must have had a lay-in or something like that. Time for my pills. Ross has retracted a message. I wonder what that was. Morning to Joey Millen. Morning, Joey. Hello, young Joey. All right. What are you doing here today, Joey? You usually only turn up when we're giving something away. Eh? Excuse me. Let me blow my little nose. We will have a little bingo game later, gang. Old Simon Cowell. What's going on with Simon Cowell? Has he lost his touch? In the Sun this morning, having sold millions of records and racked up a vast fortune in the process, Simon Cowell's exit from his music company lays bare how dramatic his fall from grace has been. Now, I don't know. I mean, I never liked the X Factor thing, all that voting people down and that. But anyway, the nation's most famous record box, who once had pop's Midas touch, decided to offload his stake in Psycho to Sony, signalling the final surrender of his grasp on the charts. He was very successful. Don't get me wrong, it was very successful. His move this week is the end of an era which has seen global success with acts including No Erection, Little Minx, Eastlife and Leona Lewis, who has sold almost 200 million records between them. But despite Simon's showbiz smile and a personal wealth of £385 million, those in the industry have long suspected that the wheels were about to fall off the Psycho juggernaut, not least as its sales figures plummeted and disquiet among big names sparked a mass exodus of talent. As ratings for his biggest show, The X Factor, began to slide from highs of almost 20 million in 2011, his relationship with his top star names began to sour. When the Sun told last year how Little Mix had quit the label in a fit of fury, it marked the beginning of the end for one of the most lucrative record companies of the modern era. The latest blow, the exit of Louis Tomlinson, the last member of pop sensations One Direction, signed to Psycho after his bandmates steadily jumped ship, confirmed what many had long anticipated. A carefully prepared statement issued to the trade press this week announced the end of Simon's reign at the head of the firm, but avoids spelling out the situation too clearly. So there we are. That's it. That's it. Someone. It says here, someone pulled the plug and said enough is enough. Other labels, the likes of Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber and Dua Lipa, had been reinventing what the charts look like. And they're very good, I've got to say. I like all those people. Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, Dua Lipa. She's beautiful. And she did a version of the... she used the BBC News thing and wrote words to it. It's great. She's really good. And yes, music has changed. This is why I stopped the DJing. I didn't like the music. Some years ago now, I just started disliking the music I was playing. And I don't think the job I was doing is a job you can do if you don't like what you're doing, if you're just doing it for the money, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I dislike the music. That being said, now and again I'll put on Capital Radio now on the way down to London, and the music is so much better than it was 5 years ago. It was aggressive. Some of this R&B stuff just turned really nasty. And the rapping and all the swearing, what they're going to do to women and that you should shoot everyone and take drugs. It was awful, awful. But the music has got a lot better, I will say that. Would I want to do DJing again? I don't know about that. I've kind of done it now, you know. But Simon's hits, you see, I think possibly his music. He's got all those stars and what have you on there. All those... people on there, his stars and what have you, they just It was the Christmas things that used to do my head in. The Christmas things. Awful. Just miserable, dreary songs. The worst one being that Hallelujah one. I hate that. Hallelujah. Oh, please do us a favour. And of course, it was a few years ago, they came out that rock band, Rage Against the Machine. And they bought out a song specifically to take on Simon Cowell's dreary old Christmas record. Right? And won. They won. So there we are. That's one of those things. Just scrolling up a little bit there, my loves. Ross, I did see signs on the field opposite mine. Another development by Chris Reardon Estates, established 2020. Oh, Jason, no Yin this morning. Where's little Yin? She's given up, darling. Maybe she fancies someone else. Heidi doesn't like a lot of noise. No, me neither, Heidi. Me neither. Me neither. Has the doctor rung up yet, Yvonne? We do like to know of your ailments, my love. Oh, hello, is that Yvonne? It's Yvonne again. Yet again. Yeah, oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, okay. Is that right? I just put the phone down. Yeah, I did one. She's still talking. She's still talking. Heidi says it's against the law to profit from utilities caravan sites are supposed to put their price agreement with the electric company. Correct. I know that for a fact. The problem is, Heidi, you have no rights on the caravan site. And if you know, it's all very well someone charging it, which sounds the case from what John's sent me a couple of private emails in the past. It does sound like he's being overcharged for stuff. But if you argue with the site, the person who owns the site, where you have no rights, okay, well, if you don't like it, go on, off you go, mate. That's how it is. And there lay the problem. See? There lays the problem. I mean, you might get away with it if privately you contact some sort of government authority and say, look, this is the caravan site we're on. They're charging us this for electricity. Please, could you look into it? But I wish to remain anonymous. You might get on with it like that. But if you've already said something to the caravan manager, he's likely to he or she is likely to think, well, it must have been them, and then you've got problems. Do you see what I mean? So sometimes you just have to shut up and take it or move on. Unfortunately, you'll lose shed loads of money when you do that, unfortunately. But that's just how it is. Partner, Simon Cowpet. Jason Hughes has upset Yin because he wouldn't buy her a ring. I'm very surprised he's not there. Mick Davenport hasn't got his bingo tickets. Okay, give us another email, Mick, and we'll change your email on there. What was your email anyway? Let's have a look. Let's have a look if you're one of those things there. That I can also just check my thing there. 1 minute. Contestants, there he is. Band is live. What's Mick? Mick's Hotmail. Mick's Hotmail and Band is live. Let's see if it says you got them. Da 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 da. Oh, it's nearly time for our test bingo game, isn't it? We're going to do that very shortly this morning, and we'll give away a little raffle ticket to the winner for Monday's raffle as well. All right. Let's just. What time did I send these out? Was it before or after midnight? I hope it was after. Then it would be separate from all the others. Please hold while we try and connect you. Your call isn't. There we go. 14. So let's try 17. Let's see if they went out on the 17th. I hope it wasn't yesterday, because then they can get. Oh, yes, it was 17th. So 17th. What's his address? All green lights on there. Joe Woodruff's got hers. Looks like everyone's got them. Delivered. Everything's been delivered. Must be a red one there somewhere. Because, as I say, we did change a couple of emails yesterday, and that may or may not have sorted out a couple of people. Gavin and... who was the other one? Gavin and someone else. We changed the emails yesterday. Gavin. Was it Heidi? Was it you, Heidi? I can't remember. There was a couple of emails we changed yesterday. Gary Davidson's didn't get there. Hotmail. Michelle, Outlook. There's another one. Outlook. Hotmail. They're Hotmails. A lot of them are Hotmails. Hotmail, live.co. Hotmail. There seems to be a problem with Hotmail now. I don't know why. But we talked about this yesterday, and we are trying to get another method. Possibly everyone will get them twice. Those of you that do get them will get them twice through different email type things. Okay, so we are trying to look at that at the moment. All right. I do have a workaround actually for Sunday. I've got a workaround Sunday, and that we'll have all the tickets go out. Okay, right. And I'll ask at the beginning of the show, did anyone not get their raffle tickets? And if you didn't, if the bingo tickets, if you didn't, and you win, I will tell you you've won. But you've still then got a claim. I'll say something like, Mick Davenport has won the game today. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. I could do that. So there's a workaround there. Just a temporary thing until we can find out a way of doing that. All right. Bye-bye, Ross. Nice to see you, Ross. Lovely to see you this morning. Good morning, young Ross. Good morning, young Ross. Right, let's do a couple of more stories, and then we'll play our test game of bingo. Campfires. I was absolutely amazed to see some pictures as taken of the sun. As in the sun, in not the newspaper, the sun in the sky. We've got the British built, this little flying thing, satellite, whatever it is, as flying close to the sun. Now, when I say close to the sun, I don't mean like 10 to 20 miles. We're talking millions of miles, but nevertheless, much closer than we used to get. And there's some pictures that have come out, amazing pictures, and they reckon the sun is covered in like little campfires. Little things that are burning. I mean, obviously a little bit hotter than the campfire that you may have been if you've been in the Scouts or something like that. But in the Daily Mail, it says here, the British-built European Space Agency Solar Orbiter. I want one of those. I want a solar orbiter. Please get me a solar orbiter. It's captured the closest images ever taken of the sun, and it did so while flying between the orbits of Venus and Mercury. The stunning images, this is in the Daily Mail, taken by the solar orbiter while 47 million miles away from the surface of our host star, include signs of mini solar flares that have been dubbed campfires by the scientists behind the probe. Solar flares are brief eruptions of high-energy radiation from the sun's surface, and these campfires are millions of times smaller than normal flares from the star. The images were captured in the middle of the June. And so, where's my phone? So here's a picture, okay? Why is that thing up there? 1 minute. I hate the... Do you know, one thing about the Daily Mail is that it keeps trying to play these damn videos. And the ad blocker doesn't work on it. Doesn't seem to work. There you go. So that's... There we go. That's the surface of the sun. Look at that. That's stunning, isn't it? That's that yellow thing we look at in the sky that made an appearance in this country 3 years ago once for 10 minutes. You may have seen that. And it's just totally and utterly amazing to watch these pictures, and a picture of the sun turning. Well, I don't. Does the sun turn? Does the sun turn, or is it just there? I don't think it turns, does it? I'm not sure about that. Whether it's got a rotation like the Earth has and all the other planets have. I don't know if the sun turns or not. But amazing. So those pictures are in the Daily Mail if you want to have a little look at those. Okay. Let's have a look. John says, I got a rollicking the other day for calling the council to collect bins, which were there for 3 weeks, although I got the pick. The pick? Picked up, the owners were not happy. Eh? Try that again, that don't make sense. Try that again, my darling. Try that again, there we are. Parkness, the surface temperature of the sun isn't the same everywhere. Sunspots are the cooler areas. Or is that the sort of place I'd want to go on holiday, to a sunspot? I suppose one day we'll all be able to travel in space. Well, probably not us, but in the future. You know, years ago, these old little science fiction programmes showed us travelling around in little spaceships in the year 2000, and it hasn't happened yet, has it, unfortunately? No, never mind. Coronavirus wows! This is a good bit of news. Forget the masks and all that business, right? Wales has banned public transport users from talking on the mobile phone. Fantastic. Reading newspapers. Yeah, great big blooming newspapers getting in everyone's way. Great. Here's the best one. Consuming food and drink while on a bus or train. Well, thank God for that. Now, I don't go on buses. I haven't been on a bus for years. But more than a decade was the last time I went on a bus. Possibly 15 to 20 years ago, I went on a bus. I used to like being on buses. I would still like to be on a bus now. I just don't use them, right? Trains I've been on, and there's nothing worse than sitting near someone, especially if you're behind the person and they're going in the direction of the train, so the train's moving that way, and the stench of a burger or a kebab or some sort of salami coming out of a cold sandwich is disgusting. Well, Wales has banned people from eating those, not because of the smell, but because of the coronavirus. This is excellent news. Isn't it awful? And then a piece of tomato sauce will drop out onto the chair. Can't do that in Wales anymore. Well done to the Welsh. The government directed... Gary's Welsh, isn't he? Gary... I forgot his second name now. Gary's British talk show. He's Welsh, isn't he? He comes from Wales. Wales has banned public transport users, as I say, from those things. The government directive also orders passengers not to run for the bus or run in major transport hubs such as railway stations. I suppose running, your breath. You know, if you think about it, just talk like that. Even talking, actually, I can feel the breath coming out faster from my mouth unless I do breathing. Look. Go on, try that now. Put your hand in front of your face, a couple of inches. Just breathe normally. Right, you can't feel it, can you? And now say something loudly. Like, hello, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk. And you can feel the air shooting out your mouth. Well, it's even worse if you run. Viruses pouring out all over the place. We all need to seal ourselves in a plastic bag. That's the only way. It says people should travel in relative silence with no loud activities like singing happily on board. Well, people are they like that on the tube anyway. You've never come... I mean, I've seen miserable people before, right? You want to go on a tube. Absolutely no one talks to each other. They're all sitting there on their mobile phones. The strict rules were issued under the subheading Administrative Controls and Additional Mitigations in Public Transport where 2 metre physical distancing is difficult or not possible. So there's a lot more to that story and the masks and all that. But I think that's excellent news. Stopping people from eating their disgusting smelling food and dropping bits of tomato all over the place. Awful. Peter Palawoda, good morning. Counting sheep, have they banned that in Wales? Have they? I don't know. I really don't know. Oh well. Andy, the sun rotates on its axis once every 27 days, does it? Okay, I don't know that. However, its equator spins the fastest and takes 24 hours to rotate, while the poles take more than 30 days. There you go. That's from Andy. And I was saying on the telly... They were saying on the telly that this little spaceship will be able to, because we've only seen like that bit in front of us. We've never seen the top or the bottom. And they were saying on this telly program, I think this spaceship's going to take a few years to do all its work and what have you. Very clever, really. How have they managed to make something that doesn't just melt? Isn't it clever? Isn't it clever? And it will be able to fly above. So the north and south poles of the sun, and he reckons that will look quite different. So something to look forward to over the years, wouldn't it, eh? Scrolling. What time's the demo be? Go very shortly. Morning to James Humble. Good morning, James. There's little James. Holby City. Yeah, Mandy and where's Fran? Fran's not been here for a while, has she? Where's Fran this morning? In the Daily Star today, Holby City's got in a new guest. Oh, yes. Holby City have teased fans. They've been teased, boys and girls. Have teased fans with a sneak peek at John Barrowman's role on the popular television soap. Do you like John Barrowman? Not my cup of tea. Too much smiling going on. Too many teeth. Too many teeth on there. But very popular, very talented man. Just not my cup of tea. Anyway, his role on the popular television soap, the showbiz star playing a doctor named Drew Nicholson Heath. I'm not giving you any of the story here. Don't worry, Mandy. I wouldn't do that. You know me. Holby City have given their devoted fans a glimpse at John Barrowman's guest character role on the BBC programme. The soap, I should be listening to that fabulous theme music on my new LG sound system, as provided to me by DJ Chris. Thank you, Chris. The soap broke the news that the Dancing on Ice judge would be... oh, is that what he does as well? I didn't even know that. Would be starring in a special episode back in March and have now released a sneak peek. They've given fans some snaps of the TV soap's star's character, Dr. Drew Nicholson Heath's arrival at the famous hospital. John is seen suited and booted in one snap, while another shows him wearing scrubs. His character, Drew, is reportedly a renowned global recruiter, always on the lookout for talented surgeons to poach. I get a lot of that with the BBC round here. Yeah, often I see people running around my house with cameras, you know, and they knock on the door and it says they've got badges, BBC, trying to get me on their station. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm devoted to my YouTube programme. Totally devoted to my YouTube programme. And the millions of viewers that tune in. Thank you very much for tuning in this morning. Here we are. Hang on a minute. Let's get a photo of him. John Barrowman in his, stuff. Has he dyed his hair grey or is it that colour? I don't know. There he is. It actually looks better without him smiling, doesn't it? Very talented man. He did that Saturday night show. So you're looking around at that one? Will you be watching that? Yvonne loves my jacket and shirt. Thank you, Yvonne. That's very kind of you, darling. I do try my best. You know, people don't always like what I wear, and I say to them, you know, you're right, James. There's Mandy there. Mandy's talking about there. Mandy, all right then. What else of interest have we got there? Okay. And one more story then, gang. And then we'll play... we'll do the raffle tickets and then we'll play the bingo this morning. Seems to be an awful lot of people asking for raffle tickets now on the email who I don't think are watching the show. And that kind of doesn't work, does it? We might have to slam the email things on the head. I don't think we're going to be doing raffle tickets on a Sunday, other than the ones we're giving out for the show, because it's the show's just become a bit too long on Sunday. Okay, so I think we're going to knock the raffle tickets on the head for the Sunday show. Although you, of course, you will be able to win them doing the bingo, because we're going to increase to 6 games. All right, Amelia, are you still on the bingo game for Sunday? Let's have a little look there. Amelia Dodd. Yes, you are. You're a hotmail. But you're a hotmail. Did you not get a ticket? Oh, look, it's Single Yin Lee. Hello, Single Yin Lee. How are you? How are you, Single Yin Lee? All right. We don't think Jason's that interested in you. There's some other people on here you might want to try chatting up, my darling. Amelia, you're a hotmail. There's a problem sending out to hotmails at the moment. Do you have another email address other than hotmail? Or live, we could try that. The Hotmail, now it's not, we've discovered it's not me sending stuff out. That is the problem. It's all going, but Hotmail, and it's because of spam. There's all sorts of filters on various different, and it's just so many different ones on email people. Right? And we are probably being detected as possible spam, so it's blocked. And I don't know how to get around it, really. It's difficult to get around it. Okay? So what we're doing at the moment is trying to discover a new way of sending out emails by 2 different methods. So some people will get the same ticket twice, but it might work like that. But certainly Hotmail and live.co and another one that we're having problems sending stuff out to. Okay, so that's the reason here, Amelia. So if you've got another email, you won't be able to play today, but we could try that and see if that works, but not Hotmail. All right. 1 moment. Here we go. Sausage roll lips in the Daily Star. This lady was left horrified. I've told you, girls, stop getting your blooming lips done. They look awful. Fish lip. Awful. This girl, she's only 22. She was left 22 and they're doing stuff to their faces. Honestly, this is because of Love Island and the crap that's on the telly there. This girl, 22, was left horrified after her lip filler and is now warning others to be careful when having cosmetics procedures done on their faces. A mum, she said she claims her lips ballooned to triple their size after the cosmetics treatment was so painful she threw up. She contacted her practitioner who injected her lips, where she was told to ice her lips and the swelling was normal. 5 months later, the care assistant was still unhappy with her deflated pout that she claims was left lumpy and uneven. Do you want to see? It's awful. Dreadful. Dreadful. Why do people do... You see, once you've done stuff like this, difficult to get out of afterwards. Look at it. Can you see that all right? Let me just... There you go. That's her lips. Dreadful. And there's like... Is someone else? Is this the same person? No, this is someone else, right? This is a before and after. Now, you tell me which picture looks best. Okay? There's a before and after of someone who's mucked up their blooming lips. Look, there you go. Now, which picture is best? Come on, which picture is... Where does that girl look the best? Answer, where she's had nothing done to her face. Oh, God. The girl's from Scotland. She said it was absolutely hellish. My lips completely blew up. They were like sausages. Do you remember the dog on That's Life that said sausages? Sausages. With Esther Ranson. Da 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 da. That one, yeah. She said they went to triple their size within an hour and I couldn't eat or drink anything. Through the night they got bigger and bigger and when I woke up they were huge. It was so painful I was crying and starting to be sick. Oh, poor girl. I mean, I feel sorry for her. Don't get me wrong. You know, I don't think stupid cow shouldn't have done it. Oh, I really do feel sorry for her. Please don't muck around with your faces like that. It's just madness, isn't it? Okay, right, let's just, Oh, is that right? Peter Wright's got the hots for Younique. There you go, Younique. There you go, there's a boyfriend for you. Peter, he's on his own, I think. There you go, single Younique. Peter Wright's on his own, chat to him, darling. That's nice, isn't it? There you go. See, there's someone for everyone in this life. Just not me, unfortunately, but that's how it is. Who wants a raffle ticket? Go on, ask now then. Force yourselves. Oh, look what you've got, Maureen. Number 900 for Maureen. 900 for Maureen. Already written out yours, Maureen, because I keep forgetting the damn thing. 900 for Maureen. I found some extra tickets here that were less than 900 for some reason. I don't know why. Right, let's get these tickets ready. John Aitken. John Aitken is 901. Blah, blah. Allah. Blah, blah. Dame Esther is 80 years old, is that right? Are you banned from Gary's show like everyone else on this channel? You want to behave yourselves. Otherwise you wouldn't have been banned. Obviously not misbehaving on Gary's channel. You're lucky you're still here. Mick Davenport, 902. Should behave yourselves then, shouldn't you? Peter Wright, 903. Denise, 904. Did you get your bingo ticket this time, Denise? Denise, oh, I forgot your surname. There it is. Denise Andrews. There's our lovely Shania, 905. Shania, 905. Andy, 906. Jason, 907. Michael Lawrence, 908. Ross, 909. About time Ross won. He's never won anything either. Paula Lou and Ross have never won, have they? Yvonne, 910. Joe Woodruff, 911 for Joe. Heidi, 912. Simon Steele, 9:13. Excellent, Denise. Excellent. Do you remember Pete Burns' lips? He went too far with us. Yeah, I worked with him at Black Cat one night. It was lovely, actually. People were saying, oh, you don't want to work with him. Oh, he's terrible to work with. He was lovely. He was lovely. No problem. It's funny. I think some people rub people up the wrong way. You know, if you've got a star on your stage, you need to treat them like a star. One of the first things I always did when I was working in a Black Cap or in Clapham, the first thing I'd do if I was working with a big star is apologise that they weren't working in the Royal Albert Hall, you know, and that our sound system might not be up to scratch, but I'll do my best. And that was it. That's all you have to say. The Nolans were lovely to me. The Nolans. One of them, she was on the stage and her mic went down. So they're halfway through the song. She said, oh, Chris, the mic's gone down. I said, oh, give us here quickly. I changed the battery. She said, oh, don't worry, I'll mime. I can't remember which one. They were lovely. Beverly Sisters I've worked with. The Supremes. All lovely, lovely people. Where did we get to on there? We've done Denise, Shania. Hang on a minute. Oh, no, that's not Shania. Simon. Shania's done, isn't she? Is Shania done? Oh, there's Simon. There's Simon. Diane Jeb. There's Diane. 914 for lovely Diane. Oh, John got a rollicking the other day for calling the council to collect bins from our site, which were there for 3 weeks. Although I got them collected, the owners were not happy. Yeah, that's big. Yeah, I do kind of get that, John. I mean, it's blooming annoying when stuff doesn't happen, but there's things that you just have to leave them to it, you know, or they're not happy. You know, I tend to go along with things even if I don't like them, just to save a lot of hassle a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Gary Davidson, 915 for you, young Gary. Morning, George Bond. Okay. Right. Anyone missed out there, then please speak, and I'll correct that for you. Meanwhile, where are we now? Today's birthdays, and then we do our test little game of bingo this morning. We've got 10 today. Good morning, and a big happy birthday to Michael Self. Hello, Michael. Morning, Michael. Happy birthday to little Michael. Sent me a little message saying you were very good looking in your time. What do they mean by that? When it was your time. It's my time now. It was your time. That's what he said. Rude. Michael Self, happy birthday. 34 today. Wilson Lee, good morning, Wilson. Happy birthday. Paul Ashburn today is 56 years old. Linda Freeman, morning, Linda. Happy birthday. Younique Lee Wilmer, 43 today. Susan Coleshill is 48 today. Kelly Barron, morning, Kelly. Morning, 39 today. Billy Watkins is a very young 59. Morning, Billy. I worked with him at the City of Quebec. Nice bloke. Marie Harris is 55. Marie from Chiswick, am I right? I think you're Marie from Chiswick. It's a long time since I've seen lots of people here. So there we are. Happy birthday to you, Maeve. And finally, Chantal Dasheen. I think it's Dasheen. Happy birthday to Chantal and everyone else today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, boys and girls. All the birthdays there. Okie doke, gang. It's time for this morning's test little bingo game. Get your tickets up there. One little test bingo game, and the winner will receive an extra raffle ticket this morning. Okay, an extra raffle ticket this morning for our raffle, for our bingo winner. So if you've got your bingo tickets ready, eyes down, everyone. Here comes the bingo board. There it is. I still haven't put the bingo board on another number here, which I wanted to do, but there we go. Haven't done that yet. Okay, now where's the other thing? There it is. There's my main board there as well. Are you ready? Are you ready, gang? Eyes down. Here comes your first number. If you win, you'll have a minute and a half to claim your prize. Okay? Just a minute and a half. No, 30 seconds. You'll have 30 seconds to claim your prize this morning. Okay? As it's not like a proper game. And we're only playing for full house. You have to cross off all the numbers on your card. Ready? Here comes the first number. Oh, one fat Chris, number 8. 5 and 7, 57. 6 and 3, 63. 4 and 8, 48. 5 and 6, 56. 6 and 1, 61. 8 and 5, 85. 5 and 1, 51. 7 and 6, 76. 3 and 1, 31. All on its own, number 6. 4 and 9, 49. 6 and 2, 62. 2 and 3, 23. 7 and 4, 74. I'm noticing that there's a few messages coming in from a couple of you there that seem to be talking about stuff we were talking about like 45 minutes ago. Always might be a good idea to just check the clock behind me, and as long as that's the same time where you are, you know you're kind of with us at the first. If your clock says like something like 10 o'clock now, then you're going to be completely out of time with everyone else, and that does happen sometimes. Like people start talking about stuff we were talking about like an hour or so ago, and think they can't be with us in the same sort of time zone, if you see what I mean. So have a look at your clock where you are now. If it's coming up to 23 minutes to 11 o'clock, then you are with us live, okay? If not, you've joined us at some other point of the show. I'm never quite sure how that happens, but there we are. All right, carrying on then. 6 and 5, 65. 7 and 1, 71. 3-0, blind 30. 6 and 9, 69. Heidi's clock is an hour fast. How does that happen? She's in the future. You are in the future, Heidi. 4 and 6, 46. 3 and 9, 39. Bye, Michael. 5 and 2, 52. All the threes, 33. 6 and 4, 64. 3 and 8, 38. 2 and 6, 26. 8 and 6, 86. 8-0, blind 80. 6-0, blind 60. 1 and 3, unlucky for some, 13. Heidi is a time traveller. 1 and 5, 15. 7 and 2, 72. 2 little ducks, 22. 5 and 3, 53. I know, Heidi. All the 7s, 77. All on its own, number 3. 6 and 7, 67. 3 and 2, 32. Boris' Boudoir, number 10. I know what you mean, Peter. It takes me ages to change my clock in the car whenever we move from summertime to wintertime. 3 and 4, 34. 1 and 7, 17. All on its own, number 7. 9-0, blind 90. 7 and 8, 78. 3 and 6, 36. 7 and 5, 75. 2 and 8, 28. 7 and 9, 79. 2-0, blind 20. 8 and 3, 83. 4, all the 4s, 44. 2 fat Chris's, 88. 8 and 2, 82. All on its own, number 1. 8 and 1, 81. 3 and 7, 37. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 8 and 9, 89. All on its own, number 4. 2 and 1, 21. 5 and 8, 58. All on its own, number 9. 7-0, blind 70. 5-0, blind 50. 1 and 4, 14. 2 and 5, 25. 2 and 4, 24. All on its own, number 5. 4 and 1, 41. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 8 and 7, 87. 3 and 5, 35. 1 and 9, 19. 1, 2. 2 winners on 19. Who wants the raffle ticket, gang? You've got half a minute to claim. Oh, hang on, I've dropped my pills now. Dear me. I have had those, haven't I? Yes. Have you got pill boxes? I've got... It's important to have a pill box. Because, like, you know, before I had a pill box, I'd take my pills. I wouldn't remember if I've had them or not. Now, if the little door is open, I know they've gone down my gullet. Yes. Who's won? Come on. I mean, you only got 30 minutes, my loves. Peter, we haven't finished yet, darling. Haven't finished yet, Peter. George, you sent me an email last Sunday saying you weren't playing this week or next week, so that's what I assume was right. You're on and off like a bleeding yo-yo, to be honest. Either play or don't play. Make your mind up. Dear me, do you know the work that goes into this? Every 5 minutes an email. 1 minute you want to play, then you don't want to play, then you do want to play. Make your mind up. Make your mind up. Who's next? Bingo for... No, Gary Butler. Not bingo for you. Not bingo for Gary Butler. Right, no, we're carrying on, boys and girls. Carrying on for the next number. Oh, why is my sister shouting bingo? Why is my sister shouting bingo? One moment, let me just check. I don't think so. I don't think so, sister. Are you shouting bingo? How is that happening? Oh, I can't go any further with the names. I thought I could see everyone, but I can't. Oh, that's a little bit of a... But I thought I could see everyone on there. Oh, hang on a minute. I know why. My screen has been set differently. I can't quite get down to the bottom there. I've got it on 125. If I change that now, I can't see it. Dear me. Because I have won, says Sharon Butler. Okay, could you just type in your numbers, sis? Type in your numbers there, please, Sharon Butler. I don't see your name up there. I can't see it anywhere. Can't see Sharon Butler's name up there at all. Nope. Can't see your name up there, Sharon Butler. Let me just... if I do this, it might muck up the screen. I'll have to do it, though, to be able to check the ticket. I can't believe my own sister is lying. Shock horror. Display settings. 150%. Hang on a minute. Let's try 100 and... Oh, I may completely muck this up now on your displays. Right, hang on. There we go. Right, I can see them all now. Oh, there they all are. Look. Sharon Butler. There we go. You're miles away. You're absolutely miles away. What do you mean Gary had your phone? You are absolutely miles away. Ticket numbers you are waiting for, Sharon Butler, sister, 11, 12, 29, 54, 73 and 84. How have you won? No, incorrect. Well, I think we should all ban her from Sunday's games. What do you think, boys and girls? Shocking. Shocking. Take a photograph. I'm actually going to take a photograph of your ticket and show the billions of people that are in tune with us this morning. That's if I haven't mucked up the display. Here we go. Look, hang on. That is shocking, isn't it? My own flesh and blood. Shocking. Hang on. Oh, yeah. As mucked up the screen, isn't it? Let's put that back to what it was. What do I do? Ooh. I hope it puts it back to... What did I have it on? 120, 150, wasn't it? 150. Ah, there we go. Can you see that all right now? Yes, you can. Hey, look. Look, shocking. Look at all those numbers she hasn't posted off yet. That is absolutely shocking. I am shocked and horrified. Really? What do you think? What would be a suitable punishment for my sister, do you think? Look, all those numbers she hasn't got. Terrible. 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 But, I will say, sis, as you know, when we are in conversation, you are wrong most of the time, so I'm going to let it go. As long as you accept that you are wrong most of the time. Well, go on then. I know who's done this. Hit him. It's Gary Butler, isn't it? He's done that. Shocking. All that effort now everyone's been delayed because of Gary Butler. Shocking. I might ban them both. 5-minute timeout on the pair of them. So no one's no one's claimed, have they? Hang on, no one's claimed there. Right. Okay. Still looking for a winner. Are you ready, boys and girls? Still looking for a winner. We did have a winner, actually, but he hasn't claimed, unfortunately. So there we go. We had 2 winners. That one hasn't claimed either. It's him, Sharon! I'm hurt. Here we go. 2 and 9, 29. Anyone got that now? No? 4-0, blind 40. And at that point, now this is what we're going to do Sunday. If you don't get your bingo ticket and you are registered, okay, then I can see who's won. I will tell you that you've won. All right? On Sunday night, if you're one of the people that hasn't got the bingo ticket, then I will tell you if you've won, but you've still got to claim the prize. Okay? So I'm going to tell the person who's won now, and it is, and because I know they're here, it is Mick Davenport. Mick Davenport, you've won. You now have 30 seconds to claim bingo. Just shout bingo in the chat box and you get the prize. That's our workaround for Sunday until we can get this sorted, okay? Because I don't want to go back to the old system. We've moved on now. And that's it. We'll just give him 30 seconds there. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, where's my music? Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it'll have to be another 30 seconds now. I can't remember now. Da 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 ba ba da ba 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 ba. Mick Davenport, are you not claiming? Okay, let's move on. He's missed that, hasn't he? Gosh. Make sure you tell him tomorrow. Oh! Very lucky. Mick Davenport, you win. Mick Davenport's numbers were 4, 7, 13, 25, 26, 34, 38. Do you know what else I'm going to do Sunday? 38, 40, 48, 52, 56, 62, 72, 79, and 86. What else I'm going to do Sunday is... Okay, I've been burgled. Someone has stolen my mobile phone. Here it is. Okay. What I'll also do is show you a picture of the winner. Now, that's a good idea, isn't it? There you go. Oh, I can't see that. There you go. Look, Mick Davenport's numbers all ticked off there. He's the one in the middle there. I know it's a little bit blurry, but that's a good idea. Well, I could make that bigger, couldn't I, actually? Hang on a minute. There you go. There you go. There's Mick Davenport's numbers there. See all those? All right, just move that slightly across there. There you go. All right, Mick. So you get another raffle ticket there for yourself. 916 for Mick Davenport. There we go. Mick Davenport, 916. All right. Excellent. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So those of you that didn't get a raffle bingo ticket today, let's try another email address, and we should be able to sort that out. Gary Davidson has just sent a little message there. Let me see if you're on the system. Are you on the system yet, Gary? Are you changing your name? Sorry, changing your emails, or are you just not on the system at all? Let's just have a check. Yeah, there he is. Yes, he's changing your email. Okay, let's try another one for Gary. Hotmail does seem to be a problem, doesn't it? It's stuff to do with microwave. Hotmail is microwave. Oh, Microsoft. Hotmail is Microsoft. I think live.co.uk is also Microsoft. And they are the ones we're having trouble with. Things that are something to do with microwave. Microsoft. Well, I keep saying microwave, don't I? Right, hang on. Oh, it's completely different, that email, isn't it? Oh, I put a D in there. David. Okay. G. Okay. Done. All right, Gary. All done. You're on there for there. All right. Excellent. Lovely jubbly. Good. Well, I think that worked quite well this morning, apart from those of you that still didn't get their bingo tickets. But we'll do our best. We're still trying to do that, okay? All right, gang, that's it for the show today. Thank you very much for joining us. Back again on tomorrow morning, Saturday tomorrow. I just can't wait for Saturday. Yeah, that one. There's something like that. I don't know. But that'll work Sunday. If I do it like that Sunday, I'll let you know. If you've not got your ticket, I'll let you know that you've won. But you then still have to come back and say bingo, okay? Yeah, that kind of works, doesn't it? As long as there's not too many people. Anyway, have a lovely day, boys and girls. Have a lovely day today. It's sunny. I'm hoping to get out for a bit of a walk. Although there's a couple of bills waiting to be paid. Endless bills pouring in here. It's all going out. There's nothing coming in, dear. Nothing coming in. Poor. We're all very poor here.